The story of Isa alayhi salam, or Jesus, based on the Quranic facts. About 1300 years from the time of Prophet Musa alayhi salam, Allah sent Isa alayhi salam to save the people, the children of Israel, from misguidance and sin. Maryam was his mother. She belonged to the family of Imran. Maryam was a pious lady, and she always had divine help. She was brought up by her uncle, Prophet Zakaria alayhi salam. Maryam used to keep herself busy in prayers. One day when she was praying, Angel Jibreel appeared before her and said that Allah had chosen her to bear a son named Isa. He further said that her son would be Allah's messenger to the children of Israel. She wondered how it would be possible when she was not married. Angel Jibreel replied, "When Allah decides anything, He just says, 'Be,' and then it is." In the Holy Quran, the birth of Isa alayhi salam without father is compared to the creation of Adam from the clay, without a father or mother. With the will of Allah, everything is possible. The birth of Isa alayhi salam was simply a sign of Allah's power. When the time for the birth of Isa came, Maryam was directed to leave that area. She reached a village named Baitul Laham in the south of Jerusalem. She was in the company of Yusuf alayhi salam, the son of her maternal uncle. Isa was given bath in a spring by the angels. The dried date trees turned green once again, and they started producing dates in abundance. Maryam asked them to put the matter to the child in the cradle. Allah caused Isa, a few days old baby, to speak in defense of his mother. They were amazed to see the baby speaking clearly. Isa spoke from the cradle that he was a servant of Allah, who had appointed him as a prophet, blessed him to offer prayer, pay zakat, and made him obedient to his mother. These words of the child opened the eyes of Bani Israel. The mission of Isa alayhi salam was to preach the true religion of Allah and restore His revelations, which the people had misinterpreted and abused. He also had the mission to give comfort and solace to the repentant. The people brought back Maryam and her baby with much respect. Isa was sent to the children of Israel. There he asked them to return to the guidance as given by the earlier prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah helped Isa alayhi salam in his mission by making him able to perform certain miracles. Isa preached the words of Allah. He brought Allah's signs performing miracles. Isa could create birds out of clay and breathe life into them. He could reveal to the people what they had stored in their house and what they had eaten. He could restore the vision to the blind. He could cure the lepers. He could bring back the dead to life. But he could perform miracles on the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Isa asked his disciples to fast for 30 days. At the time of breaking the fast, they asked Isa to bring food from heaven. When his disciples doubted in Allah's power, he prayed to Allah. And then a great table came down between two clouds. They watched it in amazement as it fell between his hands. Isa told them, "The love for this world is a sin. The disbelievers care for it because they do not know a better way. But the believers know that their sustenance is with Allah, so they trust Him and dislike the worldly pleasures." The holy book Injil, or the Bible, was revealed to Isa alayhi salam, but many Jews rejected his message and treated him badly. The Jewish priests got scared of Isa's advent as messenger. They felt that his preaching would divert the people from the Jewish faith. They were angry with Isa and plotted to kill him. At last, they went to the Roman governors, accusing Isa of treason. Only a few of his companions were in his support. Isa continued to pray to Allah for his mercy and guidance upon his people. Once standing on a mountain surrounded by his disciples, Isa saw that those who believed in him belonged to the poor and the downtrodden section, and their number was small. The enemies of Isa a.s. decided to crucify him. They arrested him and took him outside the walls of Jerusalem for crucifixion. In the meantime, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to his prophet, O Isa, I'll take your soul and raise you up to me and purify you from those who have disbelieved. Although the children of Israel had killed other prophets in the past, but Allah willed to save Isa and raise him to heaven before his death, and therefore Allah the Almighty raised Isa to the heavens and placed in his place one of the criminals who resembled him. Thus, that resembling criminal was crucified in the place of Isa. The enemies of Isa a.s. believed that they had succeeded in putting Allah's messenger to death, and they boasted openly about it. However, the Holy Quran tells us the truth that Isa was raised to the heavens before anyone could harm him. I learned that Isa a.s. was the prophet who got the Injil or Bible in English. His mother was Maryam, who had him without being married. Prophet Isa a.s. birth was a sign of the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At the end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved Prophet Isa a.s. from the children of Israel by taking him to Jannah, even though they thought they killed him a.s. The story taught me that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is capable of all things. I also learned that I should always trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and know that my sustenance is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and be thankful for what I have.